Hello, good evening, and welcome to Twali TV Sports. Our coverage of the death of Queen Elizabeth II, our Queen, is continuing. As we felt, yesterday's coverage was very short and precise because it was just a bit very emotional. So please do stay tuned, and we will continue after the break. Thank you. Yes, welcome back. Yesterday we mentioned very briefly the how we felt actually about Queen Elizabeth, our Queen. I like using the word "our Queen" because as UK resident, or should I say UK residents or British subjects, we do not, value that privilege. Not until she died now, and you hear people from across the globe referring to her as the Queen, but we have that privilege to call her our Queen. And I love using that word since yesterday. So, in my view, I felt we should touch base a little bit more on the extraordinary life of this wonderful woman. Um, in fact, the first thing that shocked me this morning was I was driving around and I suddenly realized that all the digital advertising boards, the electronic advertising boards, all of them, not one spare one, all of them were carrying the picture of the Queen. And that I was so moved. That was very touching. And I was thinking, oh, so people have been thinking about this from last night and they actually made it happen. So to actually drive around the whole London and seeing the Queen on these electronic boards, it brought a little bit of joy or maybe consolation. And that to talk more or to elaborate more on why we are dedicating our channel to Queen's passing is just a very common, it's a common sense, really. Nothing matters right now in Great Britain. If you are watching us from across the globe and you are expecting us to be talking about sports, and in fact, there's no sports. All the Premier League matches are cancelled. Yesterday, when they were talking about the league games being cancelled today, I was saying to a friend, I said, you bet, no Premier League matches this weekend. And so, excuse us if we're not talking sports. And I don't think we need to ask for excuse because any media outlet around the globe who is not talking or covering this historical event, you are not serving any purpose to anybody, So we feel we will continue, and I wanted to talk about a couple of things, and the first thing I'll talk about is Queen's political genius. People don't hear her talk about politics. She didn't get involved in politics, all because of constitutional reasons. And not until you start listening to world leaders, world politicians, and how much advice she gave them, how she nurtured them in times of trouble, you would then wonder, this woman, she's so magnanimous in character that with all her knowledge in politics, she dare not say it in public. Not that if she did, anyone will get upset, but she just kept that constitutional reason that as the monarch, you don't get involved in politics. But behind closed doors, she was giving advice to politicians. And I think that is worth mentioning. And giving her 96 gun salutes across the globe for me was just something I felt, oh, that's nice. 96 gun salutes. I would really love to be there to watch 96 gun salutes. We're used to seeing 7 gun salutes, 21 gun salutes. Maybe that's the max I've ever had. And to hear that 96 gun salutes is being carried out across the globe, really, not just in Britain. One was carried out in Cardiff, in Wales, in London, New Zealand, Australia, all, given 96 gun salutes. And it just shows how important this moment is in our lives. And we to touch base on the Queen's life, we can't really do it. I can't do it. I'm not a political expert. Neither am I an expert on monarchy history. But there are certain couple of things that are just very shocking and overwhelming that I've been, watching and listening to for the last 24 hours, because it's just 24 hours ago that she passed away. And to actually look at the whole concept of who is the Queen. This is the most powerful woman in the world, in my view, and probably the richest, in my view. And to actually portray herself with so much humility. You never see her look any way more than humble. She's always humble in appearance, in approach. People talk about how she, bring calmness into anywhere she goes. She doesn't just bring calmness. When she speaks with, exceptional calmness. So when she acts, it's the same. So it's a big achievement for us, especially we that we live in Britain. It's something we need to celebrate, for a very long time. And it's that humble part of our life that I just thought about all day today. That look at this individual. She's got everything. She's got the power, but she appears so humble. So it's a very touching aspect of our life that I reckoned with today. And on that note, I can't really say much. Like I said, I'm not an expert, and I just wish I can say more, but I can't. So I'll leave it as short as that. And that one thing that came to mind as well was the statement she made when she ascended to the throne 70 years ago. She repeated the statement again somewhere along the line, I think in one of the Commonwealth conferences. She said, I'm going to serve my people and I'm going to protect the country and my people and the Constitution. She said it, and that's exactly what she did for 70 years. She served not just the British people, she served the Commonwealth nations, she served the world. She's an example that we'll probably never see another like her. On that note, I say rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth the Great, as I would love to put it. Rest in peace and long live the King. Thank you. Good night.